Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of the Collecting Rog podcast and the official first video episode of the Collecting Rog podcast. This will be posted to the YouTube channel. As always, I am your host, Raj. Thank you for joining me this wonderful morning. And first off, before we get started on this, I do want to give a wonderful happy birthday to my oldest son. Turned 13 today. We just did a vlog where we went on a massive toy hunt in Tulsa and had a really great time. Came back with some awesome stuff, which I'll show some of that off in this video today. So if you're listening to the audio version of this, go over to YouTube, check it out at Collecting Rog. And you can check out the vlog there as well as the video version of this. But of course, there's a lot of stuff I'll be talking about that you don't need the video for, so feel free to listen to the audio version only if you'd like. And then you can also check out my Instagram at Collecting Rog, and there I'll have some pictures of some of this stuff posted up there as well. So to start off, one thing I do want to start with is kind of a carryover from my all-out review that I was posted previously for the podcast audio feed. I had completely skipped over the MJF and Chris Jericho match for a number of reasons. I honestly, in hindsight, I probably should have went ahead and put it in with the rest of the review. However, there was a lot of Chris Jericho news that came out this week, which will kind of feed into this overall starting subject on the pod, which is regarding AEW Jazzwares and a lot of the releases they did. So first off, let's go ahead and go over the match. The match was good. I pretty much expected the outcome. I did not really expect Jericho to retire. However, I thought the match was very good, surprisingly. I have not been real hot on this feud for a while now, just because I have felt it has run a little bit long. However, I have absolute respect for both guys for really just trying to make this thing work. MJF is hands down my favorite heel in the business, and I thought this match was really well done. And of course, Jericho ended up getting the win after a little bit of a false finish there by MJF. Of course, the foot on the rope kind of broke that up when the second referee swung in and said, hey, let's knock that off and restart this. So all in all, the intensity of the match was good, great pacing, good back and forth, told a really good story. Now, hopefully, MJF can move on to bigger and better things, and who knows what's next for Jericho in terms of wrestling. But, hopefully it'll be something that's maybe a little less long-term than the MJF stuff, because I'm definitely ready for MJF to do something that does not involve Le Champion. So, now that I've kind of brushed over that match, I will say actually this real quick in terms of that match. Seeing MJF do a moonsault popped me big, so that was really cool. But the reason why I kind of wanted to hold us off, because this week Jazzwares did a huge AEW reveal for the next couple of sets in the toy line, and there was a lot of Chris Jericho in it. A lot, surprisingly. So they announced there's going to be basically a dress-up pack with Chris Jericho in it that's going to have 2 additional jackets and some accessories, which is pretty cool. I do believe that one is going to be an Amazon exclusive, which I'm cool with exclusives, though the Amazon ones can be a little tedious, as we've learned with the Ultimates from the Mattel line, because those things they sell out so quick, and sometimes whenever something is an Amazon exclusive only, you run 2 problems. 1, getting it in general, being able to secure the order is kind of hard, and then 2, when they do finally ship it out, Amazon's terrible with shipping, so the chances of you getting that thing mint on card and undamaged is very low. Unfortunately, Amazon is very bad about shipping items and them just being damaged. And of course, I can attest to that for sure. When I finally did get my fan takeover Adam Cole and my fan takeover Johnny Gargano, both of them had some damage to the packagings on them just because they just shipped them with almost nothing in the box. So they just rattle around a whole bunch and get banged up. But that Jericho dress-up pack is an Amazon exclusive. There's also going to be another Jericho that's going to be an AEW shop exclusive. Now, that one actually looks really great. I do love the design of the shirt on it. And, of course, on the front of the box, it says Le Champion, kind of like a signature, which I really like. It does make it stand out a lot more than the other ones. The actual mold on the figure is pretty similar to I believe it's Series 6 Jericho. So nothing too different in terms of the face scan or the body. But the different shirt is cool, and I do believe it comes with Floyd the Bat, which is really nice. And then I believe that they have also announced that the Luminaries figure from Unmatched, I believe Series 3, is going to be the, what I like to call first appearance Jericho, which is his persona from Mexico, Corazon de Leon, which is really exciting. I'm pretty hyped to get that one. My sons don't quite get that. They're like, well, that doesn't even look like Chris Jericho. Well, yeah, because that's not what you're used to. But they did announce that it's going to be the Luminaries figure from that set, so I'm really excited. So we'll be able to get us kind of a rookie figure version of Chris Jericho. So that is really cool. So yeah, just right there's those three, and I do believe they're going to be putting him in a 2-pack as well. So yeah, a lot of Chris Jericho figures coming out, just announced out of the blue. So it's very cool that he, even in 2021, you've got all these different, figures of him coming out. There was the Series 1 figure. And then, of course, I do believe that one of the ones they are putting out is also going to be the Painmaker, which is really cool. Now, I currently have the Series 1, and I also have the little bit of the Bubbly Jericho, so I probably will get the AEW Shop exclusive one, as well as the Painmaker Jericho. But I think the dress-up one, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with that one. They did announce a lot of Amazon exclusives with this drop. A lot of them are the 2-packs. So, those are cool ways to get those figures, because most of them are basically re-releases from previous sets. Like there's a 2-pack that's got Kenny and Hangman with the tag titles. I believe the Kenny is basically the one from Series 5, I believe it is. Maybe Series 4. I get my numbers mixed up. And then the Hangman is the re-release from the Series 5 version that's got the beer mug and the bandana with it. And they also announced the Bloody Britt Baker figure. That's going to be the ringside exclusive. That thing went up almost immediately after they announced it and has been selling like crazy. I'm not sure if it's actually sold out or if they're on pre-order, wave number 4 or 5, whatever. But just the 3D renders they showed of the figure look great. I cannot wait to get that one. Good brother Hall, he ended up putting the order in right away to get his. He ended up securing mine at the same time while I was at it, so a big thank you to him. Really can't wait till that figure drops. It's going to be really awesome that they are continuing to do bloody figures in the Jazzbears universe. I think it's such a unique thing, and that's not something we've seen for a very long time. So really, really cool that we're going to get some bloody figures after that original 2-pack with Dustin and Cody from the Blood and Guts match. I'm sorry, I don't know, it's not a Blood and Guts match, but you know what I'm talking about, the Blood and Guts 2-pack. And then also on the bloody figure side, they're also going to be doing a 2-pack, and I believe is also an Amazon exclusive. It's going to be the Exploding Barbed Wire Deathmatch 2-pack. That's going to have the Kenny and Moxley with it. They showed 3D renders of those. Those look great. Hopefully they'll come with the soft goods shirts, and I think that will really make those figures stand out big time, especially if you can find some way on Kenny's shirt to kind of get the blood on it, because he had that white shirt. I think if they can pull that off, I think those figures will be absolutely outstanding, and I will definitely get those, because those are, the bloody figures are a bit niche, but it definitely makes it a 100% adult collectible. Definitely not for kids, obviously, but I think I've got high hopes for that 2-pack. I think it's going to be really great. And then they also announced that they're going to be putting out the majority of the Dark Order, which is really awesome. Cannot wait to get my Brody Lee figure. I've really wanted them to make one of those for a very long time, so it's really cool they're going to finally do that. The only Dark Order member they have not shown any plans for making is Colt Cabana, which I find a little odd. But hopefully they'll get one out pretty soon, because it would be cool to get the the entire group, because they are making Uno and Grayson. They're also making Anna Jay, John Silver, and I do believe they are making Alex Reynolds as well. But no Colt Cabana, so definitely on, but it's all good. Also, they've announced that they are going to be putting out a Thunder Rosa, which is exciting. Hopefully it'll be out before December. I don't think it will be, but if it for some reason was, that would be perfect timing, because she is doing a signing in Tulsa, hopefully, parentheses, that will hopefully be coming up, and maybe I can find some way to get that signed. If not, I know she runs a lot of shows in Texas, and I may just have to make the trip, because I definitely would love to meet Thunder Rosa. She's definitely, of all the women's wrestlers in the last, I'd probably say decade, she's probably easily top 3 for me, if not number 1. I think she's fantastic. So definitely look forward to her getting her first figure as well. That's really, really exciting news. And on top of that, they also announced an SCU 2-pack, which has slightly altered gear. Instead of it being black and white, like the standard single edition versions of Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, they're going to have kind of the red and black and yellow trim versions of the ring gear, as well as tag titles. So could be a cool 2-pack. I do like the Scorpio Sky single figure. I was not a big fan of the Kaz just because I don't like the head scan on it. I feel like they maybe should just do a redo on Kaz and give him the hair and kind of make the Elite Hunter version of him. I think that one would be a little bit cooler. So, who knows? We'll see how that goes. They also, announced the rest of that series that's got the Thunder Rosa in it. I don't have the actual list in front of me for that set, but you can check that out. They did a bunch of announcements for, the figure designs and stuff. They're also going to be putting out the best friends of Chuck and Trent, ? And then they're also going to be doing Chris Statlander, and the Chris Statlander just from the 3D renders looks incredible, and I will definitely 100% be picking that up. Cannot wait to get it. Then again, I'm also still really hyped to get the Lance Archer figure when it finally drops. I did secure my order for the Walmart exclusive Sting Luminaries figure. So that one, I believe they said, should be releasing in October, so I cannot wait to get that thing in hand. I was lucky enough to get that order. And I never saw the order for the Red Tights Walmart exclusive LJ and Cody, so who knows? That thing could end up being a myth, or I don't know, may just be in store instead of rather than online only. Who knows? But all in all, really, really cool announcements from Jazzwares. They announced a lot of cool stuff, and it's really awesome that they've got all these plans and kicking out so much new stuff. And of course, a lot of people getting first-time figures, which is also really exciting as well. So, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to what I refer to as the weekly purchases section. A lot of the, toy unboxing channels or toy review channels typically have weekly purchases. This one's no exception, so I'm going to go ahead and do that while we are doing video for this particular episode. So first off, I'll start with the earliest purchase, and that was while out flea market shopping with my wife this week. I ran across this Ted DiBiase Hasbro. Great working condition. The mechanism on it still works. Figure is in beautiful condition. I mean, way better than it had any right to be. And this bad boy I managed to get for the low price of $1. So remember, kids, all you gotta do is put a little work in and look around. And sometimes you find hidden treasures like this. This thing is incredible. The dollar signs on the trunks are still intact, which is really nice. Like I said, and just overall, the paint's beautiful on it. The mechanism works. You can't complain. If you're looking for Hasbros, this is the most ideal shape you can probably get one loose in. And for that price, I mean, even if this thing was beat up, it's worth $1. So, solid steal there. And of course, I think this is the series, I want to say this is a Series 9 Ted DiBiase. I could be wrong with the series number on that. I'll need to re-research it again. At first, I thought maybe it was a custom or something, because I didn't remember ever seeing DiBiase without the jacket, because there was the black suit one and the green suit one. And this is more, blonde hair, near the end of the run DiBiase, but very, very cool. Then I also picked up the Unrivaled Scorpio Sky, which I did a unboxing for recently on this channel, so go check that out. And this figure I do like quite a bit. However, like I kind of explained through the unboxing video, the only thing that's a bit of a head scratcher is the jacket only unbuttons from one side, not the other, which makes it extreme. I still have not been able to get the jacket off of them. I mean, and really outside of removing the head, because of how thick the hood is on the back of it, it doesn't give it a lot of flex to move it and shift it. So I'm not really sure I'm going to get the jacket off. Otherwise, the figure looks great. I really do like it. It's good quality. Face scan looks awesome. But that jacket issue is a little bit of a head scratcher. I don't understand that. Hopefully they'll either fix that with the 2-pack version of Scorpio Sky, or who knows, maybe mine's just a mess up, and maybe it's supposed to have the buttons on both sides, because the jackets on the Young Bucks had buttons on both sides. The Scorpios does not, so that's a little bit of a head scratcher. This week I also picked up and also did an unboxing video for the Unmatched Series 1 Darby Allen. See if we can get a better shot of it right there. This figure is absolutely awesome. Like, the jacket is that perfect combination of rubber, but it's also thin enough to where it flexes real well. You can take it on and off real easy. The paint hits on this thing for, you know, the chest paint and the face paint just absolutely looks incredible. If I can get to zoom in a little bit better there, but very, very nice. I really dig the look of this figure. The feel of it's great. And then also it came with the skateboard, which looks really great too. It's got a little Darby Allen design on the bottom of it. The wheels and the trucks on it actually move, which is really nice. The top design on top of the grip tape looks great too, where it says Face of TNT. They even made the board look, you know, kind of weathered and worn out. So there's, you know, chips and tears on the grip tape and everything. So very, very cool. There was a lot of attention to detail on that. I think it was very, very nice. And then, of course, it came with the TNT title, the gold and red version of it, which I really like the appearance of this belt. The only thing that I found to be a little bit weird is that when you compare it up to the other belts, it is like almost twice the size. Like if you put it next to the tag titles, I mean, it eclipses it easily. And I don't really think that that's even close to in scale with how it is in, you know, quote unquote real life. I mean, and even if you put it next to the AEW world title that Jazzwares makes, I mean, it's literally the same size as it. Which I find a bit confusing because that belt is the AEW World title is a very large belt, and I just don't remember the TNT title being that big. So, obviously some scale issues with the size of the TNT title. I did check it out. It is the exact same size as the one that comes with the TNT Championship Cody. That's the ringside exclusive. So, yeah, maybe they'll tweak that later on. I mean, I don't think it needs to be, you know, shrunk down too much, but just a little bit more. And I think it would probably look better on the figures and just be more in scale. It's either that or they need to make the tag titles substantially bigger because, I mean, it's not even close on the size difference on these belts. And I know the AEW tag titles are not that small. So, just a little nitpick thing, but it's, you know, when you want things to display properly, sometimes scale size on the belts does make a difference in just how good the visual presentation of the figure is. So those were some of my earlier purchases this week. And of course, the unboxings for Scorpio Sky and Darby Allen are up now on the YouTube channel. So go ahead and check those. Also, this is actually last week, but since I'm doing the video version of this, now's a good time to do it. I finally did get back my signed Scott Hall figures from K&S WrestleFest. He originally had the signing scheduled months ago, had to reschedule. They finally got it in there and got it done. But did finally get these in. These are from the Jack's Back and Bad set. I already have Kevin Nash from this set signed as well. I had Big Kev signed as a while back. But got him to do him the white paint pen. Hey, yo, right there. Awesome, awesome figures. Signatures look great. Really excited to get these done. So now I've got Hall and Nash both done on those sets. So now all I've got to do is get Hogan signatures on the other two. That one's going to be a little bit harder to do just because of there's a substantial difference in the pricing between Hogan's signatures and theirs. But I definitely want to get that done because having all 6 of those figures signed by them would be a wonderful, wonderful piece to have, and I think it would look great on my display wall, which will hopefully I'll be able to start working on sometime this week. Got some really great ideas I'm working with, and hopefully I can manage to make it happen. Also, this week for purchases, I picked up... Whoop, I'm over here knocking over stuff, excuse me. I also picked up AEW Unrivaled Series 5 Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Really, really excited to get these two. I will be doing unboxings for these figures on the YouTube channel as well. I'll probably be filming those shortly after I get done recording the podcast. So stay tuned to the YouTube channel to check those out. I'm really excited, especially this Luchasaurus. This thing looks incredible, and I cannot wait to get it in hand out of the box just to kind of see how it feels and looks. And hopefully there won't be as many issues with it that I've kind of had with some of the figures lately. Because I have had some issues with some of them lately having these weird knee joint issues where it feels almost like the joints inside the knees on the figures are kind of rubbery rather than just, feeling a little more tight and firm, which I know it sounds kind of weird, but if you watch my Dustin Rhodes unboxing, you'll kind of see what I mean in that regard. Also this week, and these were two of my finds yesterday while we were out on our toy hunt, I found a GameStop that had both the King Shazam and Etrigan from the DC Multiverse line. These figures look incredible. These I will also be doing unboxing videos for later today. I knew about the Etrigan a little bit in advance, but the Shazam I was not aware of. I don't know if I just overlooked the the listing for the figure or its announcement, but it was really awesome to run across it. So I managed to pick up both of these. And like I said, I'll be doing an unboxing for those later today as well. And of course, if you want shots of those figures, you can probably just, Google the McFarlane DC Multiverse and just either look up the Demon, because it's actually not listed as Etrigan, it's just called the Demon. Figured they would have called him Etrigan the Demon or something like that. But yeah, and then of course King Shazam. So images of those, I'm sure, are all over the place. But if not, you can just wait till I do the unboxing video and that'll work as well. Also, these were my big gets, my big purchases yesterday, and these were I was really excited about. So for a while, I've been kind of itchy to restart the original Toy Biz X-Men line. That was actually the first action figure set I collected as a kid. I remember having the Sentinel and the Blackbird Jet. In fact, the Blackbird Jet I still have. The original one I had from when I was growing up, I still have the Blackbird Jet. In fact, I actually went and found the front set of wheels, which is the last piece it was missing. I managed to find the wheels for it yesterday, so now it is 100% complete. And I love the fact that I still have that. But that was the first series of figures I full-on collected as a kid, and I don't have any now except for the Blackbird. And I've also got the Bishop, which actually, I don't know if I can get to him or not. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Let me crack open the detop here and see if I could get it. I know it's a little bit of an impromptu thing to do, but you know what, why not? But yeah, actually on the Bishop, I ended up finding the projection disc for it as well. Is this one right here. It's got the little chest piece here. You twist off the projector piece, and then you're supposed to be able to pop off the chest essentially. I'm trying to remember how it pops off though. It's kind of weird. I can't remember that. But you pop off the chest, and you put a little disc right there, and you got a little gear switch back there. You turn it, and yeah, it projects whatever image is on the slide onto your wall or whatever. It's really cool little button there. Is what turns the light on. But I found the discs that go with this. I'm really excited. Love this Bishop. But yeah, this and the Blackbird are the only two things from my original Toy Biz X-Men collection I still have. So I've been kind of itchy to get started on those. And then I made the mistake of watching Ethan Page's Toy Room vlog. And he has all of these, Toy Biz Spider-Man and Toy Biz X-Men figures. And it just made it even worse, the itch. And if you ever had these figures as a kid, or if you ever collected them, you know what I mean. These figures are iconic. You want to talk about, Marvel figures and Marvel Legends, things like that. This was, to me, I feel like these figures were the prototype for future Marvel Legends because they had so many accessories with them, so many different, interesting designs to them, especially the later Toy Biz years. They really started making these very intricate, Marvel figures from that X-Men and from those Spider-Man lines. And I really think those ended up leading up to how the Marvel Legends stuff ended up being. So to start it, like I said, I wanted to get a Series 1 set, but I wanted it to be an original Series 1 set, not basically the reprints. As I was explaining to my son yesterday, so I'll give you an example. So this is one of the ones I got. which is the Series 1 Apocalypse. And this thing's got a beautiful card on it. A little bit of a smash there on the corner of its bubble. But I got protectors for these things right away. Did not hesitate. I want these things sealed, mint on card. Absolutely had to have these. But on the back of the package, for the Series 1, it shows the original 9 figures, which are the 6 X-Men and the 3 Brotherhood figures, or, quote-unquote bad guys. So basically the heroes in the first set was going to be Wolverine, the Black Suit Storm, the Angel with white wings, the Nightcrawler, the Cyclops that had the white trim on the blue suit, and the Colossus. I later made a Cyclops that was just solid blue with yellow trim. This one's got the white X across his chest. And then, of course, the villains was the Apocalypse, the Magneto that has the magnetic plate on his chest, and the Juggernaut. And, of course, like I said, in the Series 1, they had the yellow sticker here on the front, which was, basically advertising the X-Men Animated Series, which is really what launched this line of action figures. So I was really dying to get these back in my hands. And I managed to find both Apocalypse and Wolverine from the set. Both great condition cards. Managed to get bubbles for both of them. And killer price too, so big shout out, big thank you to Vintage Toy Mall. Such a great selection on Toy Biz stuff. They even have some Spider-Man stuff, and I got really itchy to get those, so I may have to make a second trip, because they had this Doctor Strange there that was just chef's kiss. It was tremendous. And then I picked up a very, very long needed missing piece from my Green Lantern collection, and this is this DC Superheroes Green Lantern. Also on mint on card, great condition. I mean, a tiny bit of wear, but when you're talking about a toy that's from, I believe it's like 90 or 91, this thing is absolutely immaculate condition. I've wanted to get one of these for the longest time, and it was right there. So I grabbed this also from Vintage Toy Mall in Broken Arrow. Like I said, casing for it all at the same time. Beautiful, beautiful figure. Really excited to add this to the shelf. But now I'm going to have to expand that Green Lantern shelf. I'm starting to run out of room. If you've seen pictures of it that I've posted through Instagram, my Green Lantern shelf is pretty elaborate, especially because I have one shelf that's nothing but Hal Jordan. So now I'm going to find a way to squeeze this in there. It looks like Hal Jordan may end up getting 2 shelves in the long run, which is well deserved. It's not a slight against Hal Jordan, because he is the greatest Green Lantern of all time. We do not bring up Kyle Rayner because it's Kyle Rayner. So another thing I want to go ahead and touch on, this is another purchase I made while I was out. Not really a action figure purchase necessarily, but while I was getting the cases for the Toy Biz stuff, I went through the Vintage Toy Mall location in Jinx and was able to secure some additional varied sizes on toy cases, because I've got a lot of mint on card stuff I would like to get boxed. And a few things that, because of their odd size and shape, I wasn't sure I was going to pull that off. Luckily, they were very helpful and hands-on. I brought a couple figures with me, and they tried out a couple different size cases and was able to get them in there. So I'll just show you a couple examples. So this fits the AEW Unrivaled figures. So if you have any AEW Unrivaled figures, they do have the cases you can get the ringside. However, the only downside to those, even though they have the ones that form fit to the figure, which are really nice, the problem I've come to run into with those all the time is that on the bottom of the cases, where basically the case hinges, sometimes it bunches up and causes it to not want to seal flat all the way. And when that happens, they tend to spring open unless you tape them or staple them on the sides, which I do not like at all. But this is a great alternative for the figure. It fits in there pretty snug, doesn't shake around a whole bunch. A little bit of a gap there at the top, but not enough to really cause too much of an issue in terms of shifting around in the package. And of course, this is my 1 of 1,000 Cody Rhodes Chase, as I've shown some pictures of through my Instagram, as well as talked about on my YouTube channel before. But this case, along with all the other cases I'm going to show you, can be found through toyshield.com. Great quality cases, highly recommended. They all are 2-piece cases, so no hinges or anything. It's like literally, here's your back, here's your front. And they seal and lock in very nicely. Absolutely highly recommend these cases. I've bought them before for some of my other figures, so it was no brainer to go back and get some more. Obviously, if you're in the Oklahoma area, and if you're ever in Tulsa, by all means, swing by Vintage Toy Mall in Jinx, and they can help you. I get some of these. Their Broken Arrow location may have some there as well, but always get mine directly from the Jinx location while I'm there. This one, if you're looking on the website, is going to be labeled under the Bat 1 BAT #1 version case for your AEW Unrivaled figures, or of course your Unmatched figures. It'll work for those as well. Also, I had, let's see. So actually, I'll show you real quick. So, okay. So here is a Ringside Defender. These are, like I said, nice cases. But I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. So here at the bottom, they hinge up. But you can see because of how the hinges bend and they kind of bunch up sometimes. I don't know if it's a molding issue or what. You can never seem to get that thing complete. Like, that is a gap right there. Like, it just, like, it's hard to keep that. You can't seal them all the way. No matter how hard you push down or anything. So that is my list of Chris Jericho. Speaking of Le Champion, hands down my favorite figure. Designs, love this figure. The packaging on it's great. Definitely one I'm going to keep sealed. But yeah, but that's kind of just an example of how, you know, the Ringside cases, I tend to have issues with them because of that hinge there at the bottom. They just don't seal properly, and that kind of drives me crazy. Like I said, that's not to crap on Ringside. Ringside, you know, does great stuff. I have a bit of an issue with their shipping sometimes in terms of how they pack their boxes. But otherwise, I haven't really had too many problems in terms of quality of their stuff. But the cases, that hinge at the bottom really wears it out for me as well. Now this one, so in case you're looking for some defenders or some protectors that will fit your Mattel Ultimates figures, like you see here, obviously if you listen to the audio version you can't see it, so go check the video out on YouTube. But I've got my Ric Flair Mattel Ultimates figure. They've got great cases for these through Ringside. I do like their cases they have for those. I have a couple of mine in those style cases, but if you can't get those, they have these great alternatives that are also available through toyshield.com and the fine folks at Vintage Toy Mall. This one is labeled as the model number BAT2, BAT2. This one fits great for the Ultimates, very snug. I mean, no room to shuffle around. They stand up and hold very nicely. I think they're really, really great cases for these. So if you're needing an alternative for your Ultimates, check these out. They are a great fit for those figures. And then I'm going to show you a couple more real quick. I know the audio version of this is like, well, you're talking about these cases, but I can't see them. Well, I'm just, you know, trying to do my best with both of these. So I also had the Mattel Yellow Trunks Chase Macho Man Target exclusive from the Legends line. I wanted to get a case for it as well. So I took one of these up to kind of see what would fit best for it. And because these are pretty close to the same size as the AEW Unrivaled figures, I figured it would probably work, and I was right, it did. This is the BAT1 model as well. And the Mattel Elites fit very nicely in these. Obviously, there's that gap there at the top. So if you're picky and you want them form-fitting, this is not probably going to be for you. I mean, look, I'm holding it, and it barely shifts at all. There's not much movement inside the box. So these are definitely great for your Mattel Elites. I went through last night and, you know, packaged up my Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole TakeOver figures, as well as my Venom suit Johnny Gargano and my Chase Jeff Hardy. So the Bat ones work great for your Mattel Elites as well, the more modern term Elites. And actually, based on the fact that I was able to get my Venom suit Johnny Gargano in there as well, they work well for those as well. Also, I was trying to find a solution. Any of you guys who collect NECA Ultimates, I was trying to find a solution for storing and displaying my Ultimates that I don't really want to unbox. And that's a little easier said than done because a lot of them have those hooks at the top that are cardboard. You don't really want to tear those or damage those either. And so, along with that, I also discovered that the Bat ones work great for this as well. Now, fortunately, my Evil Dead NECA Ultimate, which I'm showing on screen right now, is the reprint of the Evil Dead 2 NECA Ultimate that they just released in Target. So if you missed out and did what I did and passed the first time they were in the store, don't pass up on this figure. This thing is badass. It looks great. Had serious FOMO, and me and my brother Robert were having a great discussion about this exact figure, literally on the Sunday of All Out on our way over to our brother's house to watch the pay-per-view. And I was really discussing how I had serious, FOMO, and was thinking about maybe going through, a secondary outlet to try to get one of these. So it's really great that literally the next day, I found this one on the shelf. could not be happier. Whether I'm going to unbox it or not, I'm not sure. They are going to be releasing that anniversary issue, or the anniversary edition of Ash from Evil Dead coming soon. So I may actually end up keeping that one sealed and opening this one. Still kind of on the fence, but this figure looks great, whether you have it displayed like this or out of box. But this Bat 1 case, that works great for your Unrivaleds and for your Mattel Elites. Works great for this for the standard size NECA Ultimates. I can tell you right away, if you have the NECA style boxes that are, let's say, for the like the Super Shredder from Secret of the Ooze, those are actually taller and thicker, and those will not fit the Bat 1s. But if it's the standard size figure like this, or like the Halloween figures, and the basic size NECA Ultimates, even the Puppet Master ones will fit in here. It's a little bit snug in terms of depth. That's okay though. That definitely stops it from moving around. I mean, it holds very, very well. So if you're looking for cases for your NECA Ultimates, the Bat 1s from Toy Shield also work great for those as well. And I know I'm talking a lot about cases and stuff, but after seeing Ethan Page's vlog, and he's got a beautiful toy collection, but there's a lot of it, in fact, I think almost all of it, if not all of it, I didn't remember seeing any protectors on anything, which for me, especially if it's mint on card, protectors are a big thing. I would really love to have all my stuff mint on card that's in protectors. And so I've been trying to find solutions for that, and I'm really excited that I'm finally able to get a lot of this stuff in protectors. So, of course, I was trying to find a solution for the McFarlane Ultimates. And this is about the closest thing I could find, and that's going to be the Bat 2 style. This is the gold label new Azrael, which is absolutely beautiful. I've been so itchy to open this, but I've already got Azrael Standard Edition on the shelf, and I don't know, just these gold labels, I really appreciate them being mint on cards. I'm keeping them in package. But like I said, they do fit great in these Bat 2 cases, so if you're looking for a protector solution for your McFarlane figures, there's a little bit of wiggle room in these, but honestly, it's still not bad, and the price points on these cases are pretty great, which makes it even better. So by all means, if you're looking for case solutions for your McFarlane DC Multiverse figures, this is also a very, very solid option, the Bat 2 from Toy Shield. I know it's like, wow, you've spent 20 minutes in this pod talking about protectors. Well, sorry guys, I've just as a collector who does both loose and mint on card, the stuff I keep mint on card, I keep it that way for a reason, because I appreciate it that way. And of course, I also know that it may have some kind of value to it, whether it's sentimental or, monetary. And I would really like to keep them safe. So protectors is a no-brainer. So anyways, moving on from that is going to wrap up for this week's purchases. But again, while I'm discussing all of this stuff and, of course, talking about our awesome toy hunt trip yesterday, again, big thank you to Vintage Toy Mall of both Broken Arrow and Jinx, as well as the Fan Fortress in Tulsa. They were all incredibly great to deal with, very personable. They had no problem with us filming for the vlog there, which was really awesome. I know some toy stores tend to be really weird about filming and stuff inside the shops, but they were very welcoming, and it was a great experience all around at all three stores. So thank you to all of them for making it such a great experience for both me and also for my son, because we had an incredibly awesome time getting to do that toy hunt. We hit a bunch of Targets and Walmarts while we were up there. Unfortunately, those locations were all pretty dry, which is a little bit of a bummer, because I have seen pictures that the armored Dark Knight style Batman is floating around out there, but I didn't see a single one anywhere. So the Walmarts and Targets were kind of a bust. I did say, oddly enough, see a Series 2 Hangman Adam Page from Unrivaled on a shelf at a Target, which I was like, wow, that's a... they're up to Series 6 now on the shelves, and here's the Series 2 just randomly floating here. So that was a bit of a head scratcher, but kind of cool to see in a weird way. But yeah, like I said, the Toy Biz stuff, now I'm starting off. So if you have any of the Series 1 X-Men Toy Biz stuff mint on card that you're looking to part with, slide in my DMs. Maybe we can work something out. Who knows? But also this week, I picked up a lot of new Dragon Ball cards, some foreign import cards, whatever you want to call them, from the Dragon Heroes set. got those through some rips. Thanks to my good buddy Ethan with A&E Collectibles. Check them out on Facebook, A&E Collectibles. They do lots of rips there. A lot of, waffles. We'll leave it at that. Things of that nature, but great guy to deal with. Great with shipping in terms of how they package things. So really, really great stuff from them. So if you're into cards, Pokemon, Dragon Ball, sports, things like that, check them out over at A&E Collectibles on Facebook. And it's some really good stuff over there as well. Now, real quick before we go ahead and wrap up for this particular video edition / audio version of the podcast, thank you again for checking it out. And if you like the video version, by all means, go check out on Spotify. Give me a follow or subscribe over there. You can find it on Google Podcast or on Spotify. And then, of course, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. Hit the notification button. Smash that thumbs up. If you like the video, feel free to leave a comment. I absolutely have no problem with responding to comments and answering any questions. I recently had a nice back and forth with a subscriber regarding some Funkos. And of course, in terms of our questions about conditions, boxes, things of that nature. And I was more than happy to kind of have a nice little back and forth, answer questions there. So yeah, if you have any questions or any comments in general, feel free to leave one. I'll be more than happy to respond. And so I do thank you all for the support, both through this as well as through the Instagram as well. Like I said, I also did put the TikTok channel up recently. I should be adding a few more things to that probably today or tomorrow. A few small, unboxing snippets, and I may do some short abridged versions of the toy hunt for TikTok as well, just to kind of give some little bite-sized morsels of some of the stuff that we saw while we were on the toy hunt. But that video, like I said, is up now. It was a really good time. A lot of cool stuff. I mean, it's always a treat when I get to go to Tulsa. Normally it's a trip I take with my wife. Usually we'll go up there and I drive her crazy, spending forever and a day in each of those stores, looking over everything. But it was really cool to kind of have some really great father-son bonding time, getting to do something that we really enjoy, which was, toy hunting and just, kind of geeking out. And it was a great time. Now, real quick, I'm going to touch on the AEW TV shows from this week. I unfortunately did not get to really watch much of them as I would like to. In fact, I didn't get to watch Rampage at all this week, unfortunately. I'll be trying to catch that up later today. Thank you, DVR. Thank you, Sling. Which, if you have not used Sling for your cable service, I highly recommend them. They're really great. I've used Sling for several years now. And, most of your base packages come with, a free amount of DVR to it, which is really awesome. And it's substantially cheaper than most cable or satellite services. So if you have a good internet, check out Sling. Highly recommend it. Really, really cool. None of these things are sponsoring me. Ringside Collectibles, Toys Shield, Vintage Toy Mall, Fan Fortress, Sling. Nobody is sponsoring this show, so none of these things are for monetary gain for me. Literally just me kind of sharing a few things that are useful for me, both in my day-to-day life as well as useful for me as a collector. Again, I do want to kind of re-plug this. I have plugged it before. I'm going to plug it again while we're doing the podcast, both video and audio versions today. Remember, we are still trying to truck along and get those subscriber numbers up on the YouTube channel. So once we get to 100 subscribers, like I said, I will be doing a video tour of the toy room. And then also, this is kind of a little extra incentive for you guys. Once we get to 200 subscribers, if we can manage to get to that number, I'll also be doing a giveaway, which I'll be announcing what that'll be for at a later date and time. But of course, it'll be to U.S. residents only, unfortunately. So if you're overseas, I do apologize. But let's keep those subscriber counts coming up. Just spread the word, tell a friend. This is my passion. This is something I really enjoy doing. And I've gotten a lot of great feedback lately, especially through the Instagram. A lot of love there. So I do appreciate you guys checking out all the content I'm putting out. And like I said, I know that for the last 2 weeks, the content has been a little scarce. Unfortunately, life happens. You can't avoid that. But I have really tried to spend the last few days, including today, getting some extra content pumped out for you. Like I said, got a lot of unboxing videos I'll be filming today. Should be about 4 or 5 of them. So those will be going up as well. And then, of course, I'm going to have a lot of photos going up within the next couple of days as well. I've got a new photo box I'll have coming in to kind of help me do some more photography for my loose figures, as well as some of the cards and stuff I've been getting recently that I'd love to show off. And then, of course, I've got a PSA submission that will be coming in this week, which I'll be doing an unboxing for as well. Not sure if I'll do that through Instagram or Facebook, because it'll probably be pretty short. But I'm really excited to get that in and kind of do the unboxing reveal and show that off to you guys when that comes in. But guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the podcast. Thank you all for joining me and checking it out. And thank you if you're tuning into the video version. Thank you for checking out the first episode of the video version of this podcast. But like I said, do remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a like, comment, all that good stuff. Hit that notification bell so you know whenever I'm putting up new content. And also check out the audio version of this podcast over on Spotify and Google Podcasts. Just search Collecting Raj and you'll find it right there as well. And then, of course, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Collecting Raj there in the meantime. And then also TikTok, same thing, Collecting Raj. That's all you got to do. If you want to know what kind of social platforms I'm on, just search Collecting Raj on any of them, and if I'm there, it'll pop me right up. So feel free to check that out. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for this version of the podcast. Thank you all for checking it out. Thank you for the love and support. And as always, have yourselves an awesome weekend.